I lied about being gay to stop my parents' marriage pressure, and now they're planning my gay wedding, so I'm pretty straight, maybe slightly bi. Let's get that out of the way first. I'm also an Indian American male around 26 years of age. I'd also like to clear up some misconceptions around arranged marriage. A lot of non-Indians seem to think it's literally your parents who choose who you marry, and that's that. But that's not really the case. Instead, it's more like your parents tap their network to find potential partners for you. If you like each other's pics, then you guys meet in person, and then you decide whether or not you want to get married. So basically, your parents are Tinder, and you get a meeting or two to decide whether or not you want to get married. It's not quite as bad as many of you think it is, but the whole process feels super rushed, and I'd rather date someone before I figure out if we're compatible or not. Anyways, my parents have recently been getting on my case about getting married. Apparently, I'm getting older and need to settle down and give them grandchildren or something like that. Basically, every time I see them, which is fairly often since they live close by, they have a new potential match for me, a picture of some new girl, and ask me if I'd be willing to meet her. My mom had this whole system going where she'd rate potential matches on compatibility, looks, and family background. She even started a WhatsApp group with other aunties specifically for sharing eligible daughter profiles. It's honestly super annoying, but I'm too non-confrontational to really put my foot down and say, I don't want an arranged marriage. After all, if I do, there'd be an argument, or at minimum some interrogation about why I don't want one. Plus, my parents are genuinely well-meaning. They just think they know what's best for me. Anyways, I was thinking of ways I could get them to stop harassing me about getting married, and the idea in the title popped up in my head. I decided it'd be a lot easier to just come out as gay then to explain why I didn't want an arranged marriage. My parents were fairly conservative, but weren't the types to disown their kids, and if I just said I was gay, I'd have a solid reason to not get an arranged marriage. I didn't like girls. So that's what I ended up doing last time I was visiting. They were showing me pictures of some girl, and I just looked them in the eyes and said, Mom, Dad, I'm gay. The silence that followed was deafening. I could literally hear the wall clock ticking while they processed this information. They got really quiet and awkward and asked me if I was sure, and I said yes. My mom's first question was whether I had a boyfriend, which caught me off guard because I hadn't thought that far ahead in my lie. My mom told me they'd love me no matter what, and to do what makes me happy. My dad was a lot more awkward and quiet, but later gave me a similar talk about how he was a bit uncomfortable with the idea, but recognizes that times are changing and I should do what makes me happy. I could tell he was struggling with it, but genuinely trying to be supportive. Overall, I did feel kinda bad because of how genuinely my parents seemed to respond to me, but was happy with the result. They stopped giving me arranged marriage proposals and stopped showing me pictures of girls. That is, until last weekend. I visited them as usual and was greeted by my mom, who was more excited than usual. She sat me down and pulled out a binder with a bunch of pictures of guys. Apparently, my parents had spent the last month or so looking for any and all gay Hindu Indian men who I could potentially marry. My mom had apparently joined LGBTQ+ Indian community groups and reached out to her network asking if anyone knew eligible gay men. The dedication was honestly impressive and terrifying. So now I guess I'm dealing with the exact same shit, but instead of being greeted with pictures of cute Indian girls, I get to see pictures of gay Indian dudes instead. Some of them are actually pretty attractive, which makes this whole situation even more confusing for me. Fuck my life, lol.